Hello and welcome back to my channel. So tonight I'm heading up to the Pied Bull in Chester to go and see the Dead Good Ghost tour for the third time for me. And I'm allowed to film for once. Yeah, they're starting to allow filming now. So yeah, I'll be taking you along with me. Maybe a little secret surprise at the end. We'll see if that happens. Fingers crossed. I'll now be taking you on the tour with Dig and Dug as we go and explore some ghostly sightings. Ooh.
Welcome, persons living, dead, and as yet undecided, to this, our Dead Good Ghost tour. Allow us to introduce ourselves. I am Doug.
And I am Dig.
We are the Gravediggers of Chester.
Best in the land.
Nay, the world.
No, the universe.
We are fast.
We dig deep.
We are Doug and Dig.
We are Dig and Dug.
Prepare yourselves for the tour, not of your dreams, but of your nightmares. Prepare to have your spines tingled. The hairs on the back of your neck raised. Prepare to quite literally
Shut the front door, I forgot to check them all in. I'm so sorry, Doug. Can we form a horseshoe if you wouldn't mind, ladies and gentlemen? Hello, what's your name?
Good evening. Ready for a night of frights in Chester? Yes, wonderful, wonderful. Hello, my dear. Oh dear.
You'd make a lovely corpse.
Oh, what's your name, my dear?
James.
James.
Yes.
What's your name? Tasha.
Dig, we have a slight problem.
Oh no.
Yeah. James, tell me, were you born with this mark on the back of your hand by any chance?
No, I wasn't.
No, because it's just that it looks rather curiously and suspiciously like the mark of death. It's very dramatic. James, tell me, where did you get this mark?
A woman gave it to me just round the corner.
A woman gave it to you?
Yeah.
What was she wearing? Was it the bar stuff? Please tell us it was the bar stuff.
She was wearing like a cloak and she had like a red feathered pen.
The red feather!
Shiver and shucks, folks. Everything's going to be fine. James, especially everything's going to be fine for you. Honest.
You're all gonna die!
No, Dick, let's not be dramatic. I'm sure everything's going to be fine. Now, we're just going to go and form a plan B for your continued safety on the tour tonight, James. Just stay here and use yourself.
I'm sure I'll be fine.
There's always one.
Welcome to the real ghost tour. This used to be my pub. The glory days of 1609. So you're in for a ghost story, are you?
Yes.
Is this how you get your kicks? So be it. Out there, they'll tell you all about a Mr. John Davies. John Davies who fell down the cellar stairs, they'll say. Oh, careless. John Davies fell down the stairs onto a knife, which they found in his back. But what they won't tell you is that John Davies was madly in love. Susie! Oh, beautiful Susie! Always a smile on her face, always a red feather in her hair. Susie was the chambermaid of true love. They'd meet in their favourite rooms in the house, rooms 7, 8, and 9. Oh, but when her husband found out, there is only one way to stop true love. only one way to make sure that their souls will never become one. Only one way. What you did to her sends the coldest shivers down my spine. So cold that you could feel the air shoot across the room. He got his revenge. But Susie, she didn't get her freedom. Susie! My beautiful Susie!
Because John Davis! Spirit, you outstayed your welcome!
Perhaps it is time for John to be gone. Out of the way, peasant, move, freak. Get out of my way, freaks!
More or less, possibly with the exception of James, is some ground rules for the evening. They are very, very simple to follow, and I would like you to repeat them after me. The first one is no wandering off.
No wandering off!
Very good, very good. The second one is
Thank you.
all stick together.
All stick together.
The third one is no running.
No running.
And fourth one, the golden rule, don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick.
A dick. Oh, I said dick. That's my name.
Right. Once more, as we walk through, this here, folks, is Morgan's Mount, a royalist gun platform that was built as part of Chester's defences in the siege against the parliamentarians in the Civil War of 1645.
Oh yes, just over there, out of sight, is the Phoenix Tower, which is where King Charles I stayed out to watch his soldiers be defeated during the Battle of Rowton Heath. Oh, it must have been very bleak for him.
Nasty business, the Civil War, and of course the siege of Chester, which lasted 16 months. Now I'm sure in this day and age we couldn't possibly imagine being stuck in your homes for 16 months, unable to go out and socialise with your friends, no places of business open. It's thing of the past. Topical joke. Really topical joke for 2020.
Sorry.
The siege of Chester left many, many dead and the city in ruins. We have the Victorians to thank, of course, for rebuilding Morgan's Mount. They were very big on historical rebuilding. In fact, they built this platform on which you stand, and they used all the good stone they could find to do so.
Oh, including a gravestone. Oh, idiots.
Fancy moving a gravestone from the head of the grave. Don't they realise that if you do that, the spirit becomes restless evermore, searching for its original resting place?
Oh, just like poor dear Anne, bless her.
Furious should anybody overlook or step on their gravestone, showing them no care or respect whatsoever.
You all saw it, didn't you? You all saw it and didn't stand on it. Please, Doug, tell me that they all saw it.
Oh, Dig, I'm seeing some pretty guilty faces here. I think some of them might have stepped on it.
Oh, cannonball!
Look, shush. We might have got away with it. We might not have woken her this time, okay?
Yeah, but it got so ugly when she went last time. Her screaming still haunts my dreams and a mother's cry. I should have stayed to help them, but I'm just a lonely gravedigger with no real courage or empathy for other people. So
Dig, for goodness
I
sake,
just wanted to die.
pull yourself together! Right. Okay. It's going to be fine, everybody. Don't worry about it. That's all the time. It was legal in the 1800s. It's fine. In a moment, we will invite you to step forward and observe the marvellous replica cannon that is just below me down here, because that's what this monument's really all about, the Civil War, not the spirit of Anne Bloody Collect.
Yeah, and a very scary face.
Dig.
Sorry.
Now, please, step forward, everybody. Go and have a good look at the cannon. It's wonderful. I really think it should give you
Oh, Doug! Oh, nothing. Just a bloody sleeping Anne on the cannon.
What?
Ah, she's waking up! Oh, it's all right, everyone. She's going back to sleep. Shh, everyone. Shh. outside.
James, this is all your fault.
Sorry.
Oh, good Lord, Dick, what is that smell?
Huh?
Look, I don't mean to say this in front of our guests, right? But usually you smell like quite bad. Today, you smell extra, especially bad.
It's probably James or Paul Baker.
Dick, what have you got in that bag?
What bag?
Well, that bag.
What bag?
Yeah, look, this bag.
Oh,
Yeah. This one. No, give it to me.
Okay, well, I tell you what, I'll give you 10 points, ladles and jelly spoons, and a free flagon of ale if you can tell me what's in the bag. Are you ready? Okay, get your hand in there, have a good rummage. Oh, nice, isn't it? Okay, there we are. No peeking. Do you? You play it often, madam? It's a ball situation, is it? No, you don't. Oh, there you go. That's how we do it. Oh, thank you. Are you ready, sir? That's it. Get right in. There we go. Go on, madam. Lovely. Okay, there we go. Oh, deeper, James. Deeper. Deeper. There we go. Right. Does anybody have any guesses? What's in the bag?
Felt like a soggy deflated football.
No. Anybody else have any other guesses? What's in the bag?
Dead head.
Yeah, it is a head.
A head.
Done. Yeah,
No.
yeah.
Hang on a minute, Dick. Fancy taking the head off some dead body and popping it in a bloody Sainsbury's bag to play a guessing game with this lot?
Oh, I feel bad now.
Do you not remember the first thing they taught us in grave digging school? Always respect the dead.
Well, I was just giving you the heads up.
All right, there's no need to get ahead of yourself.
Yeah, well, you hit the nail on the head there.
I can't make head nor tails of her, can you?
Well, I'm gonna throw a block of cheddar at your head.
Oh yeah, that's a real mature.
Shh, everybody listen, listen. The head is speaking. It says it wants to speak to someone.
Paul Baker.
It wants to speak to. Is there anybody here called James? Oh no! Are you sure? Oh, it is. James, can you do us all a favour?
Sure.
Can you say hello to the head, but nicely?
Hello.
Oh, that was nice, wasn't it? But can you instead, James, be a little bit more seductive?
Hello.
You could have just said, no, I can't. Okay, we're all going to need to help James out here a bit. So on the count of 3, can we all please shout hello seductively? Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Hello!
Oh,
Oh. Hello? Hello? Oh no! Oh no! Oh, James.
yes, we know. We do.
Put the head in there.
Follow
Yes,
your
of course you can.
To your left. To your left.
His eyes are in the back, Doug. He doesn't know his left from right.
No.
Go. I know.
No, that one's attached.
Here you go.
Someone, that one's attached.
Here,
That is not
buddy,
yours.
buddy,
Put
buddy.
that down, that is not
Here,
yours.
buddy. Here,
Very
buddy.
still, everyone. It's gonna be fine.
Who's it
It's gonna be
gonna
fine. No.
Here,
It's gonna be
buddy.
fine.
Here's your head, buddy. Here we go. Here we go. Watch yourself, buddy.
Oh, I like this.
Wait.
Oh,
Buddy, wait. Wait. Ready. Fetch. Oh, who's a good buddy? I'm a good buddy. You dropped the brain. You dropped the brain. Never mind.
I don't need that.
Doesn't need
I
that.
don't
No.
need that.
Okay. Thanks, everyone. Bye, head and body.
Bye, grave diggers.
Oh, not bad, not bad. We're all still here. No. But we're
Okay, let's
trying
make
it.
this snappy.
Try and ignore it for now.
I'm scared of ghosts.
Yes. You're in the wrong profession. So, folks, we have arrived at the beautiful Stanley Palace. Now, this spectacular townhouse belonged to Elizabeth Stanley, who got it from her father, Thomas Stanley, when he passed away in 1621. Elizabeth was shortly thereafter married, and her husband gave his name to the house too.
That's it, Mr. Thomas Stanley. They were the perfect family unit. They even had a beautiful little baby girl called Charlotte. That was until Thomas's untimely death at the age of just 28, leaving poor Elizabeth and Charlotte heartbroken and all alone.
Some of you, if you are interested in the paranormal history of the UK, may have heard of Stanley Palace before. It is not only one of the most haunted buildings in Chester, but in the entire country, with a list in the hundreds of unexplained ghostly goings on.
Like the grey-haired woman in the window.
Yes. Or the piano that plays by itself.
Or the sound of creaking that comes from the stairs.
The sound of a child crying.
Oh, do you know, some paranormal investigators refuse to enter in here because of such high levels of paranormal activity.
All those hashtag bad vibes.
Oh, hashtag bad vibes.
In fact, if you wish to look it up afterwards, there is actually footage of the haunted piano playing itself in Stanley Palace. I believe it's on a ye olde YouTube.
YouTube. Yes, ye olde YouTube. That's the one. Wouldn't look for it myself though.
No,
Sorry.
it'd be very, very
I'm not a fan. Not a fan. Sorry. Who's this?
yeah. Sorry, madam, this is a private tour. If we book on this
Has
every
anyone
Friday
seen
night.
Charlotte? A little girl, long
There are no crotch goblins allowed on this tour, madam. So if you would kindly leave, we have another one starting next Friday at 7 o'clock. But this is my house!
Okay. Okay. You know what? Yeah, I think we're right.
Go round the back.
If you would lead us, sir, just please go
round the back.
over to that little gate there is open. We'll go around the back. Ella. Come on, keep going.
Oh, no famous.
How is it, James? Did you get through then?
Yeah, how's that the gate looking? Is it? Oh, I think it's
One, two, three. Good girl, Charlotte. Good girl, Charlotte. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Good girl, Charlotte. Good girl. She was the most beautiful piano player, my daughter. 1, 2, 3. 2, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Good girl, Charlotte. 1, 2, 3. 2, 2, 3. No! Charlotte! C! Sharp! Charlotte! 1, 2, 3. 2, 2, 3. The most perfect piano player. 1, 2, 3. 2, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 2, 3. Until she just couldn't quite get the notes right. 1, 2, 3. 2, 2, 3. No! Charlotte! 1, 2, 3. 2, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Come on, Charlotte. When she just couldn't get the notes right, I just told her to get up. I said, come on, Charlotte. Come on to mommy, Charlotte. Come on to mommy. 1, 2, 3. 2, 2, 3. No! Charlotte! 1, 2, 3. 2, 2, 3. I just got up. Come on, Charlotte. Come on, just get up from the piano. Get up from the piano, Charlotte. I dragged her! 1, 2, 3. 2, 2, 3. And she was just there. And she was just looking at me. I'm sorry, Mummy. I'm sorry, Mummy. I didn't mean to get the notes wrong. Mummy, it's okay, Charlotte. It's okay, Charlotte. No! Charlotte! 1, 2, 3. 2, 2, 3. I didn't push her! 1, 2, 3. 2, 2, 3. And she was just looking at me at the top of the stairs. I'm sorry, Mummy. I'm sorry. I didn't push her! And she just looked at me. And she just looked at me and she...
No!
So, my fearsome folks, welcome to Watergate Street, the start of Chester's beautiful and historic rows. The rows in Chester form an entirely separate layer of shops above to those underneath, and they are, I'm afraid, only accessible by stairs. So, more cardio for you all.
What say we cut our losses and go for a margarita, guys? Okay, never mind.
Because I could.
You always could. Spirits. Loves a bit of it. Anyway, can I do this bit? I know this bit. I've learned it.
You actually know this?
I did my lines.
Oh my God, oh my God.
Okay, welcome everyone to the rows. Look out and look up a bit and see some of the 13th century buildings that have been unravaged by the testament of time. Have you quite finished, Madeline? I've practiced this bit. The rows are completely unique to Chester, and no one is 100% sure why they were built this way. But all we do know is they greatly add to the character and the beauty of the city, not unlike myself. Ding dong!
Yes, and much like Dig, if you scratch beneath the surface, you are sure to find slugs and worms.
Oh, very nice.
But it is true. As I said at the water tower, folks, Chester was one of the busiest ports in the northwest during the 14th century, its main imports being grain and wine.
Wine.
Picture it, if you can, the city awash with people and horses on the street below. Chester was a hotbed of sex, drugs, and crime.
As you can see, folks, not much has changed.
Hundreds of sex-starved sailors unloading from their vessels, coming down the streets of Chester to rest their feet in the taverns, townhouses, and brothels.
Indeed, this part of the roads is haunted by a very nautical ghost. He has a haunted gate and a skip in his step.
Yes,
Not in. Eyes this way. Come on.
this is the story of the silent sailor.
Oh yeah. Here he is.
It was
Big
a
bunch
dark and stormy night, and this here sailor
sorry.
This here sailor had been given the very important task of keeping watch on the ship whilst the captain and his crew went into Chester to amuse themselves. But this sailor, hungover from the night before, did the most heinous thing imaginable. He fell asleep on the watch. Whilst he was snoring away, the Blaken pirates crept aboard the ship and ransacked it. No, for real. The Blaken pirates, can you imagine? And they ransacked the ship for all of its goods and worth, leaving the captain and his crew penniless after 3 months of hard toil at sea.
The sailor awoke and found himself being dragged onto the deck and held down by a crew of angry men.
Furious, the captain took out his knife and cut out the sailor's tongue. His screams were horrifying, but there was nothing more terrifying than the moment where they could not be heard anymore. The deed. The deed was done, and the sailor was silenced forever. They say that it took him 7 agonizingly long days to die, where he could be seen screaming, crawling, silently reaching for people, trying to communicate. What was it that he was looking for? As he crawled these streets until eventually do pass, Spirit, do pass. Until eventually he was dead, yeah? But what was he searching for? Could he have been searching for his tongue that was so violently ripped from him?
Or could it be his scream, his silent scream?
If you see the silent sailor on these streets, whatever you do, You must not look him in the eye.
Oh, and do not try
Wait for the
and
advice,
disturb
please.
his nautical echo. He will stop at nothing to find what he has been looking for. And if you lock eyes with him,
He will stare into your soul.
oh,
But he doesn't seem to be doing it.
Oh.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Eyes on the ground.
Okay.
Everybody.
Look away,
do
ladies
keep
and
still.
gentlemen.
Eyes on the
Look
ground.
away.
Do you have a death wish, sir?
Look away! Paul Baker! Just look away! It's gonna be fine. In 3 to 5 business days when he actually gets masters.
Everything's gonna be fine.
Everything's lovely. So, we're gonna wear a nice, recently drug. No, just don't look at him! It's take your soul, not your car keys. Come on!
James, you're trying to get your soul captured. Put your eyes on the ground.
Eyes on the ground, James! Eyes on the ground, James! James, eyes on the ground! Thank you.
To be serious, the only person here with good survival is.
Oh, well done, Asher. Well done. Lovely. Okay, here we go.
Everything's gonna be fine.
It'll be over in a second. Don't you worry.
Well, not just my pace is keeping.
Okay. Anytime now. I really need I still have a bit of tongue as well.
Does it grow back?
Okay, nearly.
Balls
Okay. Is that it? Oh, he's coming back, he's coming back, he's coming back.
Oh dear, saying a bit of lightning to Paul.
Oh no, not Paul Baker. Okay. That'll do, Sailey.
Yes, be gone! Sailor, be gone!
Yeah,
Be gone!
yeah.
Yeah,
Be gone,
better not come back!
Be gone. Do not take their souls. Okay. Bye then.
No, come this way.
Bye.
Keep walking, eyes this way. Eyes this way. Hey dude, guess what?
What?
We're at your favourite building on Bridge Street.
Oh, so we are. That's because listen, it used to be a pub. All the way from 1798 up until 2012.
Yes, that's quite right. Ye Old Vaults was its name. And the landlord of this establishment, a Mr. G. Barlow.
Gary Barlow.
No, George Barlow.
Oh, sorry.
So fastidious in particular was Mr. Barlow about the way that his pub was run. His controlling ways ran the business into the ground. He was soon a laughing stock, and he died right here of a broken heart. So in love was he with his beloved pub.
He was a very angry man. He had very little patience. Thank you.
Yeah.
And his massive son. And I saw, sorry. Carry on.
It is said that for many, many years afterwards, the pub staff would see Mr. Barlow coming back and his spirit whispering to them about how his pub should be run. His ghostly hissy fits could turn a room ice cold at the drop of his top hat.
I heard he wants it back. He wants it back for good.
No more of it.
Okay, sorry. He was an angry man who liked to throw things around.
Before we call time on this cautionary tale, I would like to tell you a story about something that happened here just 20 years ago when the pub was still in business. Would you please gather in? This bit's worth it, I promise you.
Okay, sorry.
Well, James has still got the candle for safety. This is a good sign. Very good sign. So, it was a late night lock-in at the pub. The beer was flowing and so was the conversation, discussing Barlow and his fastidious ways that had led his business into the ground all those years ago.
Serves him right.
They joked very cruelly. They commented that he'd had a successful whiskey brand back in the day.
Oh, probably tasting a cat piss.
They joked cruelly, but you know, it's a very acquired taste.
What? The whiskey or the cat piss?
Well, both, so I'm told.
Sorry, carry on.
Unbeknownst to the punters, there was a spiritualist amongst them. So disturbed was she with the lack of respect for the dead that she elected to conduct a séance to speak to Mr. Barlow and discover the truth for herself. Shall we?
Okay. Come on, come close. Not that close, madam. Come close, you come close. Can they-
Everybody please, hold hands. Connect with the person next to you, link arms, whatever you need to do to form a circle. The circle must not be broken. George! Are you there?
The medium asked.
George, if you are there, we would speak with you.
The curtains danced in a ghostly breeze.
George, if you are there, give us a sign.
The room froze in a shot of ice.
George, I will ask you only once more. If you are there, give us a sign!
A bottle of whiskey came dashing down from the shelf.
The punters stared in shock at the remains of the smashed bottle. The bar staff knew their well-stocked shelves, but the label had peeled off this whiskey bottle to reveal another underneath.
It's under the back packet, hang on.
I wonder what it said.
I guess you're gonna have to keep wondering.
Ooh, George Barlow, Highland brand, Scotch whiskey. The bar staff were bemused as to how this ancient bottle could have come to be there that they had never seen before. And then the room turned to ice and a voice could be heard.
Never forget where you're coming from.
Oh, for goodness sake. Every time she ruins it, every time. Shall we go? Have you joined the audience, my dear?
Good. I have, yeah, you have. Well, I don't know any lines for this bit, so I thought I'd hang out with them.
Fair
anyway, carry on.
For this bit.
Okay. Excuse me. Carry on.
Welcome, folks, to St. Mary's Church, dating back to around about the year 1350.
Yeah, told you I completely plumb forgot.
And of course, St. Mary's has a fabulous graveyard.
Oh, it does over there.
Yes, and who's
You know,
buried
it's got
in?
some really creepy people buried there. It's got plague victims. It's got, I was going to say wizards, but witches. That's it.
Yes.
It's got some witches.
It has indeed, dating back to the witch trials of Chester, when older women who were deemed to be a little eccentric, or young women that were deemed to be too independently minded,
Derby over here.
were often scapegoated and tried as witches.
Oh no. During the height of the witch hunt era into the 1650s, there was a local power-hungry judge, and he decided to arrest 32 women, but only 4 men because of the patriarchy, for practicing witchcraft. Now, there were 3 particular women.
Yes, that were tried for the most heinous crime of murder. Ellen Beach
Anne Osbaston.
and Anne Thornton.
Now, all 3 women protested their innocence until the very end, but unfortunately, they were hung for their crimes.
These 3 alleged witches, to add insult to injury, were buried in unmarked graves on the far side of this very graveyard.
Come on, you're asking for something spooky now.
What?
Unmarked graves, witches, creepy graveyard. What more could you want?
Oh, I know. What about the cows?
Oh, yes, of course,
Yeah.
cows. Now, that's because this might seem like a rather incongruous urban location, but as recently as last year, Chester Council have received complaints about residents being awoken in the night by the sound of a mournful mooing. Now, that might seem odd, but centuries ago, a dairy farmer kept a herd on this very spot.
The dairy farmer died in his sleep of perfectly natural causes, but that meant, of course, that the cows were left to fend for themselves. It was very expensive to keep a herd of cattle. Nobody wanted to take them on, so the cows, over several days, starved and died a slow and agonizing death. Listen. Oh, they don't sound well.
Where's that coming from? Quite ill, quite ill.
Oh, I've been locked out of here. Does anyone know how to get back in?
It was private functioning.
No,
We're not going anywhere near it.
I've been locked out. What's wrong? Shut up, it's my turn.
I'm sorry.
What's wrong? Moo? Is there something wrong? Have they said anything about me?
About you?
About me, yes. Have they said anything? What did they say? They didn't.
Say you're a witch.
Oh, Natalie.
Oopsies.
Do I look like a witch? I'm not a witch.
You're pretty soon, right?
I'm not a witch. No, I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything that they didn't deserve.
Be gone! Holy water can help you!
Oh, yes. Yes, the holy water. These lot could do with a good wash.
True story.
I've not got my water pistol, I forgot it.
No, I won't take their souls. I'll take their minds! Especially you, James. The mark of death means that you're mine. All mine! You're coming with me.
Thank you.
Oh, it can see me.
That's on now.
I wish I had my little doll that I put the curse on every night. I put a little curse on the doll every night because I'm so lonely in the graveyard. And it comes to life and it's like, mama, mama, mama. And then it goes really evil and it tries to slit my throat and goes, die mama, die mama, die mama. And then I go, no, that's too scary. So I take the curse off and then I'm like, oh, that was terrifying. But then I get lonely again and the next day I do it again. And the cycle continues. Come on, James, you're taking too long. You're taking too long, let's go.
We're running. We're running very fast.
Oh, sorry.
Oh my god, it's James!
Hello.
Still
Hi,
alive.
James. Oh, I forgot about him. Yes, it's James.
It's
Still
a
alive.
Christmas miracle, James.
In January.
You can get back
It's
in the
a
photo.
January miracle.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Right, so I've just come off the Ghost tour now. Another great show, absolutely. But a little surprise at the end, which I managed to get, is I have two of the cast members here, which is Chloe and Rachel. Chloe tonight playing the Ghost role and Rachel playing Dig. Thanks for letting me do this interview and thanks for another great tour. It was
Thank you, James.
very good.
Pleasure.
Yeah.
Pleasure to be anyone.
We're quite attention seeking, so we're more than happy to do it.
These questions came from Elise. Thanks so much, Elise. 'Cause otherwise, I would have no questions to ask.
Thanks, Elise.
Yeah, no problem. So the first question is probably more for Chloe, because you have the two separate roles in the show that you play. Which one would you say is your favourite role that you play out the Ghost or Doug?
I quite like both for different reasons. Originally, I like the Ghost more because it's more scare acting-y. So I quite like the Ghost more originally because it's quite a lot of different characters all at once. Quite stressful because of the quick costume changes and running around. But it's less pressure with the script, and we like less pressure with the script, don't we?
Okay, we also have Kim with us now as well. Hello, playing Doug on this tour. Hold on, I've got you all in shot now. Great.
Doug, so that you can work with me.
Yes, I like being Doug as well so that I can work with Rachel and the bands that we have. As a guest described, very Richie and Eddie off bottom. But in terms of the Ghost, I think my favourite role is Elizabeth or Silent Sailor. I don't know why I'm doing that voice. That's not my accent. Elizabeth or Silent Sailor.
Yeah.
If it's the Ghost.
She's going to hold your hand for the entire thing.
Yeah.
You have to do it. Yeah. There was a lemon in that hand earlier. We're not gonna discuss that. Obviously, there's a lot of really good standout moments on the tour. What are your favourite moments that you had? I guess what are your favourite moments that you enjoy most, and what are your favourite ones to act in the tour?
Okay. Can I go first?
Yes.
I really like the bit on Morgan's Mount. It's a really cool place. It's very unique to Chester. Very snazzy to be up there, and as an actor, I've got about a chunk of 4 lines in one, which is rare for me because I'm mostly one-liners, so I get to get my teeth into that bit. My favourite part about the tour, though, it hasn't actually happened on the tour. It was when one of our guests added me on Tinder the day after and then asked me if I was the lady from the ghost tours, and I said yes, and then he blocked me. So that's my favourite bit of the ghost tour.
Nice.
That's great. Can you stop stroking my hand?
I can't, it's so moist.
Mine's not much. You rubbed lemon on yours. It's yours.
Every second of this is staying in.
Favourite moment? Probably today when I walked in on... oh, that was hot.
That,
Real candle.
ladies and gentlemen, this is a real candle. This is a real candle.
Favourite moment I've ever had, maybe?
Yeah, sure.
Fit Uncle. Fit Uncle was great, yeah. There was a guy, and Rachel thought he was quite fit, so for the whole tour we just called him Fit Uncle.
He did have his nieces with him.
He did have his nieces, his little nieces. They found it funny.
Yeah.
So did we. And in the end, so did he. I don't even think
It came full circle.
do you know what? It was a beautiful
Lovely guest. Our second favourite guest.
I feel like Fitz Uncle is like a missing member of the Knox family, I feel like.
Oh, possibly.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Possibly. I don't know what you're going to about.
Yeah, she has no idea what Ultimate is.
I stalked you.
I was about to say, you don't know who the Knox family are, but apparently she does.
I do the social media for Dead Good Ghost Tours. Please follow us. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. And thus, I've engrossed myself in your world.
In my world of scare acting, which is another problem.
Yeah, because I want to copy that content. Yeah, sorry. I mean, we want to immerse ourselves in that world. Be one with our followers, which hopefully you are now.
Of course. And then, best moment?
Favourite part of the tour for me is always finding the people with the psychic touch to cross the road to summon the green demons. Because I never know how that's going to go. It's different every time. We had a woman who declared herself the Grand High Witch at one point and walked out into the road. We had to pull her back. But yeah, I mean, most of it is, well, allegedly most of it is scripted. So it's nice when you get to do those moments of banter with people where things go slightly more awry. I like the chaos.
There was definitely an interesting one with the traffic lights tonight, wasn't there? Which fortunately wasn't recorded, but
Very fortunate that it was all adults on the tour.
yes, absolutely.
It was very interesting.
And Chloe's nodding and has no idea what that means. Yes,
I'll fill you in later.
yes, a bit blue, just a bit blue.
Oh, we love it. Oh, say about turning on the button and then saying
Worse. A lot worse. A lot worse.
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 And it came from a guest.
You probably wouldn't
They
think.
get to say that they want to turn us on as well with their magic fingers. Okay, next question.
All going in.
Can
Right.
I just say though, I did think your favourite bit was actually when we have a pint at the end and you go,
Oh, well, I do love the fight at the beginning and the fight at the end. That's always nice. Yeah.
Absolutely. Pretty simple one. Do you believe in ghosts or the paranormal?
No.
I didn't until I worked at a tour shop on Watergate Street and met one of the ghosts that we talk about on the tour. Wilbur, I told you this story. You've not. Well, I'll tell you later. But you should come on the tour and I'll tell you all about it.
I'll add that into the
Absolutely.
No, I've
Yeah, sure, why not? I do not presume that I know everything in the world, so why not? Let's assume that these people that we're talking about are watching us celebrate their fabulous history and get most of the facts right.
I mean, the thing is, when I was younger, I used to see the exact same figure every single night. I'd wake up at the exact same
Was it your
time.
mum?
No, it was a little. It was like someone like yay big.
Did you have siblings?
Did I what?
Did you have siblings?
No.
No?
Never did I have. I mean, I never have. But
far as you know.
And then it turned into like a tall person with like a tall hat. And then I saw it one time, and then I finished. But I still don't believe it. I have done a Ouija board, and some weird stuff's gone on.
I preferred it when you just said no.
Yeah,
It's less disturbing than
the Ouija board was very weird.
Yeah.
And we all ended up seeing the same thing. But other than that, no.
Next question. So, in a similar vein, have you ever experienced any paranormal activity while doing the tour at any point?
Not yet.
Well, I was about to say yeah, to get me to go on tour, yeah.
Stanley Palace is creepy. Tonight there was music and
a dog.
And the
Yes, there was a
flowers
dog.
were moving.
Yeah, the flowers are moving.
Yeah, and also we did, didn't we? We thought we saw someone at the infirmary and it was just a lady closing her door.
Yes.
I nearly
You were quite disturbed by that tonight.
I literally was like, ah! And they were like, oh no, sorry, not part of the tour.
You're incredibly jump scary for somebody who does
Oh,
a ghost tour. Like
I'm really scared of everything, and I hate being scared, and I hate horror, and I hate.
Let's get her in some scare mazes, shall we? Yeah, that'd be a good
no,
idea.
Yeah, once, and I thought I was going to die. Randoms.
My one.
I got chased by a man with a chainsaw.
Oh yeah, we love that.
I love chainsaw endings.
I was like, I've left. I've left.
Second to last question. How much prep goes into the show, like beforehand?
much preparation goes in. At this point, I feel we've got it down. So not so much.
We had quite a lengthy rehearsal process.
We had a very extensive rehearsal period
And
right
Chloe, you were involved in the writing, weren't you?
Partially, yeah.
Workshopping. Well, not writing, but you were workshopping in the
A
script.
tiny bit of the writing, a tiny bit of some of the jokes.
Yeah,
And some of the, but the actual scaring.
who's
Yeah.
Doug as well. He was at a couple of workshops for years and years and years ago. So it's been in the works forever.
Yeah.
I mean,
but
you
some
could
of the
say
scares.
really we're all partially responsible for the writing because some of it we make up on the night.
Yeah, a lot of it is improv. So like every talk is slightly different script-wise, and depending on what actors you get a different personality to the characters and that as well. So if you were to come on it multiple times, depending on who you got on, like you would get a slightly different talk.
And the audience dictates it
Yeah.
because depending on how they behave, we interact with them.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, audience participation.
And the age, and if they look like, you get a sense as well if they want to be scared.
And if there's an uncle that's fit uncles.
Makes a big difference to you.
Chef's kids.
Tell your friends.
So yeah,
Our preparation is bringing all the fit uncles.
Yeah, what usually happens is we walk in and we go, hi guys, I see you all again quickly. Do you know the script? And no, me neither. And then we get on the tour, and do you know what? What happens? We still don't. I'm joking.
It just all comes back to sort of.
I think once like you said, once it's ingrained in you, like a script is ingrained, like the Doug script.
I feel like it's in me.
It's not.
It lives in you.
It's in me.
That's what she said.
The Ghost doesn't have that much, but the Doug script's a long script. Yours is long as well, but Doug has like a lot of them.
Yeah, but mine are harder.
She's fun.
Because I have to be funny.
Absolutely.
I mean, I am quite funny too.
Yeah, of course. Hilarious. So the last question, definitely not like a plug or anything. How can people book onto the tour? Yeah, and get involved and come along.
Definitely.co.uk, my friend. Get booking.
Which
You
will-
also drop us a DM on social media and we'll sort you right out.
Which will appear on the bottom of the screen here, or here maybe, or on top, in the hat maybe, I don't know, that we'll see. So thank you to these guys for great tour, for the interview.
Thank you, James. We love you, James.
Great. Yeah, we've got the mark of death again, lovely. So I don't know what the next video on the channel is going to be. I've got a backlog, yay. But anyway, so until the next video, we will see you next time. Bye bye.